It's like a gaming site. So
Yeah, I was gonna say my little brother loves Twitch, but
good morning. Thank you for joining us here on Educators Drinking Coffee. I'm Juan Castillo, assistant principal here at Pasquotank High School. I have two excellent students here with me from Pasquotank. I have Miss Tammy and Miss Sophie. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Morning. Now, this is Educators Drinking Coffee, but you both are in education as students here. So I am drinking coffee with a little bit of cream and sugar. What are you all drinking this morning?
I have a sugar-free Red Bull.
Oh,
and I have a sugar-free Monster. So
I said we're all between my caffeine and the blast of caffeine those two have. We're both going to be wired this morning. So good. Yeah, sometimes you just need a little pick me up. In the mornings. And this weather doesn't help at all.
not really, no.
For real. So, all right, good. So I had you both here because you two are student leaders here at the school, and I wanted people to know a little bit about some of the organizations you both are involved with here at school, and just to hear a little bit more about you all. So let's start with actually Tammy. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm the president of FFA, and it's really fun. I've always loved being an FFA, but my junior year, I decided to run for officer, and I got student advisor because I joined a little late, and I was the only one open. So my senior year, we have like actual interviews. So a whole bunch of like teachers and Miss Crutch conducted interviews, and we said which position we wanted to go for. So I tried for president and I got it. So I was really excited about that.
Very cool. So tell us a little bit about some of the things FFA. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I've lived in North Carolina for since 2004. So I've gotten to know about FFA. I've gone to some competitions, which is amazing what some of y'all do. But for even some folks that are not too familiar, even what it stands for.
Okay. FFA stands for Future Farmers of America, but our club isn't really like, you don't have to want to be a farmer to be in FFA. So it's really about like if you have a compassion for animals or you like plants or like anything like that, nature-y, it's just a really fun environment, and you learn a whole bunch of skills like leadership. You get knowledge about FFA, and it's just really fun to be around like people and interact, because that's what FFA is really about.
Okay, awesome. How about you, Sophie? Tell us about your organization.
Okay, well, leadership-wise, I'm actually president of the National Honor Society, but I'm also in DECA and Key Club. So, which I don't know if you guys know what Key Club is. It's kind of just a service-based club. We were going to the food bank a lot more before the pandemic, but as of right now, it's like every once in a while.
Gotcha. So, National Honor Society, and again, I hear that. Actually, my daughter, I thought honestly she was going to make it this first. She's a freshman now. She's actually in Dare County, but she got what? Do you know what the I won't say the parameters, but you know what marks do you have to hit to make?
I can't remember the GPA marker. I think it's either like a 3.0 or a 3.5, and but I think it's mostly based on like your character. It's character, leadership, scholarship,
and service,
and something else.
I
think you're supposed to like hit those.
No, that's awesome. And then you also said you're part also of the Key Club. Good morning. I think from band, Mr. Stanley. Good morning. Oh, I'm thinking that's what it is. So Key Club, some of the service. So what are some of the things you guys have done in the past?
Most of our service was like linked through the food bank, because they were one of the only places you can really get a massive group of kids in to do, and that will let you do lots of like kind of manual labor type stuff. Basically, we just organized a bunch of food into boxes to go to like people in care homes or people who are less able to go out and get their own food. So stuff like that. And I know this year, the president of it currently, Sarah Pereza, she's trying to get us into doing more stuff, because I think she said she wanted to like diversify what we're able to actually do.
Oh, good. And Ms. Douglas, I don't know if you mentioned, she is, I think you're all sponsor for that.
It's Miss Charlotte and Miss Driver.
Oh, Miss Driver, okay.
Oh, Miss Pereza, sorry.
No problem. Good. Well, Miss Schuler says go Tammy, and then here, and then I tell people, I'm from South America, so the only time I usually, nowadays I can call my mom most of the times, and FaceTime, I guess you could say. So, but she joins my broadcast all the way from South America, so we have an international audience. So one of the other, I would say hi to her on Thursday mornings. And I know, and Tammy, one of the things I know, Sophie actually has class coming up, so I want to kind of maybe talk to her a little bit about. Tell me a little bit about during this pandemic, how have you managed to kind of, keep your studies and, because if you're still National Honor Society,
I'm going to be honest with you. This pandemic has been a little rough on me, but that's mainly just because I'm like incredibly extroverted, and not being able to like see my friends constantly has just been like kind of a dampener on the whole senior year thing. Plus, you've got your typical senior year dread about like you have to figure out what you want to do with your life, how much money you're willing to pay for college, which is a recent struggle of mine. The answer is not a lot. I don't want to pay a lot. So yeah, it's been a lot. It's like a lot of just tedious, like filling out the forms, the FAFSA, like the scholarships that you want to try and go for. And then of course you've got your regular classes, which if you're like me, you thought you could do more than you currently can handle. So I've put a lot on my schedule just to keep busy, but I'm managing.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm with you 100%. I decided to go back to school this semester. Yeah. And right now I'm like, why? Because I was up till midnight last night and I realized I had a project due before the end of the day yesterday. And like I said, I'm going to go a little bit ahead with you. I always, sometimes pose questions. So 10 years down the road, we run into each other. Sophie, what's been going on? What you doing? What do you hope to be doing?
Well, just like generally, I hope to be just a little bit less stressed out. But career-wise, honestly, I don't know. But I know I'm majoring in political science. So whether that puts me into an internship and into somebody else's campaign office or something like that, that's kind of the aim.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I'm glad, you kind of active and really thinking about, because, as a youngster, sometimes you don't realize the impact, whether the elected officials have, school board members, how that affects schools, but then also, when you got your councilman, your, the mayor and all these other people, commissioners, that has a huge impact in the community. So I'm glad, even at this age, you're kind of already thinking about, that may be a possibility, at least to be part of that. So that is very good. Very good. So stay with us until you can. So, but I'm going to go ahead with Tammy. So Tammy, tell us a little bit about some of the things with, I forgot what I had. I don't know if it was as far as that you do with, with FFA.
I mean, before the pandemic hit, it was obviously more interactive. We were always in person doing stuff. We always had activities and meetings, and we had food, which was really fun. Yeah. But because we always had something for like the holidays. So for Halloween, we all got together and carved pumpkins and had contests, and it was just really fun. But now since the pandemic hit, we've kind of had to take a different perspective on things. Yeah. So we're trying to like help other people out. So mostly what we've been doing now is nursing homes aren't allowed to have visitors. So we found a nursing home, and our whole chapter and officer team got in on it, and everybody sent people letters from there. Some people had more than one to make sure that everybody got a letter. So we all sent them letters, just trying to like talk to them because, they're kind of lonely right now.
Yeah.
No, and we also like would send food to the animal shelter. We reached out to them and asked what they needed and just like trying to help out people.
That's really good. And I'm glad you thought about that because, our seniors really, with the pandemic, they've been so isolated from being able to see their family members to get somebody at least a note. And it's really nice to receive a note, from someone. I'll tell you something that we did yesterday. We had a faculty meeting really quickly. And Miss Lane had this activity where we had to pick our neighbors here at school, like to our left and to our right, and send a nice compliment and an email of appreciation. And it's incredible how sometimes you don't realize the impact you have, because several people that I don't know why I didn't even think of them being my neighbors, and they did. So they thought of me as their neighbor, and I feel bad because I didn't of them. Telling me, how they appreciated, somehow sometimes silly I can get or whatever it is, and the stupid stuff I wear. But I appreciate it. Just nice to be that someone's thinking about you. So giving people and sending them those letters like that, that's good. Appreciate you all doing that. So personally, how have you organized yourself during?
Personally, I love being home. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people are talking about how they're so stressed and they hate how school is going right now.
Yeah.
But I'm the total opposite. I really like being online, and I mean, I don't have to get ready. I roll out of bed, join my Google Meet. Don't have to put makeup on. It's just so great. It really is.
No, and this is, and I think that's something that this pandemic has really shown us, is that there is a segment of our student population that has excelled, has done well. And then there's another one that we still need that person-to-person interaction. Now, I know socially you missed that, but when it comes to school, that's the part I think for you, it's easy to manage. But I'm glad about that, because I've actually tossed and turned my daughter. Like I told you, my daughter is in Dare County, and they're meeting this week, I think, or next week, about whether, because they're completely remote, whether to send kids back. And like, do I send my daughter back? Do I not? So we kind of are leaving it up to her as far as what she wants to do. She feels comfortable, but I'm pushing more for the social aspect, because that is important. But good. So tell us again, me and Sophie I just ran into Sophie, and then here you come 10 years from now. What's going on with you?
I hope to be a nurse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, maybe not around here. I kind of want to move out a little bit, not too far, because my family lives here, but I kind of want to get out of Elizabeth City. So hope to see you in another state. But
okay. Well, good. Are you both originally from around here? How about you, Sophie?
I'm not. My dad's actually from England, and my mom's from up north, and we somehow ended up here. So
I never knew I'd end up in Elizabeth City. Like I said, I was born in
It's
South
kind of that place. Everyone never thinks they're going to end up here, and then they're here for a very long time.
Yeah. No, it's very nice. I really have enjoyed my time here in Elizabeth City. In England, that's awesome. Have you ever had a chance to go back?
I have. It's very rainy, and everyone's accents it's a cool place.
Very cool. Awesome. Never been there. My wife got to go, not this last year, but the year before during spring break. Loved it. And things like that. So I think they liked it more because they were able to rent a car and drive alongside of it.
We had to rent a car too, but nobody else was going to drive it except for my dad, because we were so worried about the wrong side of the road.
I would be worried is, on a straightaway, I'm good. But when it goes to making a left or right turn, that's where I would be worried. Which way do I go?
Oh, I never even thought about it like that.
So that would be the one point. All right, awesome. Well, is there anything as far as, I don't want to keep you all, get ready. Sophie, I know you have a class coming up really shortly. Anything you want to, as far as promote from any of your clubs or anything, or any shout outs to anybody?
I just want to say a shout out to Schuler, because she's amazing. I love her. I know she's watching, so.
Cool. But you said
I would probably shout out the DECA Club teachers, Miss Williams, Miss Marquita, and Mr. Cofield. They're great. They've done such a good job with this pandemic. Like, everything's basically running as normal, which is kind of incredible. And Miss Bowen, of course, she's trying so hard this year with National Honor Society to keep it as like normal and as like professional as possible. And I appreciate that, because so many things have just gone underwater this year.
Gotcha. Oh, no. And I appreciate you doing that. And actually, before, if I just can hold you both for about a couple more minutes, because something that I really always think about is relationships and how important those are. So I guess I want to ask you this now, thinking about all the teachers you've had, and I know you might be under pressure now that you've mentioned a few of those folks, but thinking about some of your favorite teachers, what is it about them that you enjoy being in their class? And I'm not talking about just the whole teacher in a sense. I'm not talking just academics, but just I just want to know, like, because that's something that I really try to work with teachers understanding about the importance of relationships. So I'll start with you, Tammy. Just what is it about like your favorite teachers that you had maybe in elementary? Because it might have been different reasons.
I would say probably the most like best teachers I've had are always like in a really good mood or joking around with their students and really like interactive with us and like don't take everything so seriously. And you can actually tell that they're a person behind that teacher. So that's probably my favorite.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I kind of second that because like some teachers, like I'm just gonna say like specifically like Miss Keller, like she's great for making you feel like she is always there for you. Like she's like, I'll put my phone number on the canvas. If you ever have a problem, let me know. If you need help with another class writing an essay, I'll help you. Like she is always there for her students. And she's just obviously that's why she's kind of like a P-Tank fan favorite. But
No, and that is important. And that is, I think, as a teacher, we have to know that it's like we're not a robot. We're human beings. We make mistakes. I always say, like, I'll go to about Miss Owens. I know. I figured I'll look good and let you let Miss Keller say something to you about that. But no, like sometimes when I go there, she's on top of the desk, just sitting. It's like crazy stuff. And that shows a different light to students, and I think that's very important. I think, and I think about it's been a long time, but with my teachers, my favorite was always like my art teacher, and that's what I ended up being, an art major. But it's because she talked to me, like you said, like a person. I wasn't, even though I never thought about it, but the reality is, they have 60 other students, but when you talk to them, it's like they see me. You know what I mean? I'm not just a face in the crowd, and they make you feel that way. And they, for the most part, make everybody feel that way. And it's not an easy thing to do. But that is the importance about relationships, because here's the reality. You guys are old enough that nobody can make you do anything. You do it because you want to. You also do it because, hey, I appreciate this teacher. Sometimes you don't want to let them down. Like if you don't do something for them, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm sorry, Miss Owen, or or any other teacher. You kind of feel bad because they kind of were counting on you. So that means they've built that relationship with you. So I just wanted to kind of touch base on that. I do appreciate you all giving me a little bit of your time to talk about that. So again, I do want to thank you, ladies. I wish you a lot of success. I know you're going to do well. Like I don't know if I mentioned this last week when I spoke to a couple other student leaders. I don't tell people good luck. I guess I'm giving myself out this today here. I don't tell people good luck, because good luck is for those that are not prepared and are not passionate about what they want to do. So do what you normally do, and you're all both going to be very successful. So if you ever hear me say, hey, good luck, it means I probably don't have a lot of faith in that person. So, but that's the reality. When you've worked hard and you're prepared, you're going to do fine. You know what I mean? And in life, you have to accept, sometimes you prepare, you do well, and the outcome isn't what you wanted. And that's what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? There's nothing like, I think it's worse to have a feeling of a false sense of, oh, I can do this, when you really don't.
Yeah.
So, I really do. I appreciate all that you girls. I hope we can figure out a way to bring this school year back and get back close to normal to when it comes to this last 9 weeks, and be able to do a lot more celebrations more in person. So, but that is yet to come. But again, thank you both.
No problem.
And anytime, if you all with your organizations, if you feel you want to come out here and promote anything, please do. Actually, and one more thing, we are coming up February 23rd is when that week of February 23rd, 24th, and 25th is when we're going to have the ACT. We're still trying to finalize some things, so I can't say exactly which of those days, but it's leaning towards February 23rd is when we're going to have the ACT. So we'll send out more information, hopefully by the end of the week or first part of next week. So for all juniors, get ready. And you both, I believe took it last year. I'm trying to remember. I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm never not eger to ever take that again. So.
Well, and here's the thing, but it's a good idea to take it, because you never know. For me, I went out of high school and I went to college, but then it took me another almost 10 years to get my first master's. So, you never know if 5 years down the road, you're going to want to go to college, and then you already have this test already, there for you. You don't have to take it again. You know, because if you wait 10 years to take a test like this, when you haven't taken a math class, like right now, I'm taking statistics. I haven't taken statistics since '94. That's how old I am, right?
I'm in stats right now, and it's not a fun class.
No, we're talking correlations, deviations, means, and I'm like just trying to understand everything. So
it's not even math. It's like a science, really. I don't.
Yeah. That's what it is. I'm going for educational psychology, so it's like I have to talk about research and stuff. So I'm excited. But all right, again, thank you all. Miss Luton says good morning.
Hi, Miss Luton.
Yeah. So thank you again, ladies. Anytime you want to come, you're very welcome. Okay. So take care. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.